Good evening, guys. We'll quickly look at gold and the indices because we're going quite risk off. And if you remember, if you watched the video, I'm not sure if you did, but this is Sunday's setup a week ago, and it did quite well. It looks like we might be going back down to it, but it was a good trade because you're looking to place your stop loss at the swing low, and we're looking for a crossover logic. So we had a strong crossover there, hence the buy setup. Another strong setup here. It didn't really move much. So when we have a strong move and it doesn't really react, it can sometimes give us it's like a bit of a false positive, but it can indicate something's not quite right in so much as that we have a big move and we should see a reaction. We had a big move. It didn't really do much. I mean, it moved. mm, It moved like $30, $40. So okay, pretty big move, but nothing like that. So let's have a look at the indices. Let's look at DAX. And there you go. I thought they might have done. They're starting to sell it. So if they continue to sell it, we're going to get the buy. Okay, so we can make a crossover. We can make a box. And here. So that's where the punishment box is for DAX. Okay, so your stop loss, it might have had to be there. So from a risk reward perspective, quite poor. You could have had it there, but you're looking for the crossover, and then you're going to place like a supply or demand, depending on what they're going to do. If they sell it, we'll have a demand. Okay, so we can create a box down here as well. Yeah, it's just this little one, I think. Yeah, it's this one, this little one. So if we look at DAX, you can see what's going on here. Okay, so this might be useful if you're trading this particular instrument. Okay, so we're coming into some support for a prior punishment box. They'd sold it and they got punished, and they started to go long until they're getting punished. So we're basically a bit sandwiched, okay? And US 30. We've made a sell. Oh, it's quite choppy. It looks like we're going to be making a buy if we get the crossover. Where is actually the sell set up? I mean, really here you could argue, which we mapped the box already. So these Patreon videos would have paid dividends had you have caught them, if you'd watched them, okay? I'll probably put this one up to YouTube just to get a little bit more visibility so you know what we're doing. And so there's the punishment box, and that was obviously the reaction, and we've really fallen since. So your stop loss would have been at the swing high. Pretty decent risk to reward there, okay, but a little bit choppy, and it looks like they're going to sell it, then we'll be making a buy. But ideally what you want is that to go into green, okay, and then that'll be like a trap. And it's looking quite heavy, but they may sell it. It looks like they are. See that it's declining. So if it declines, they're selling it, and we're going to get the buy set up. Okay, so that may well happen during Asia. So be careful. Okay, of course they may change their mind, and they may start to buy. If they buy it, then we're going to continue to fall. Okay. Lastly, S&P. And that'll be it. So we are definitely trending. You can see we're definitely trending now. And it looks like they were going to be making a buy. But it'll be a risky buy, like the US 30. It's a risky buy because at the big picture, they're net long. They're 64% long, but they were 69%. So very extreme for the S&P, and then coming off the extreme. So they start to sell it here. We're going to get the buy. It'll be a risky buy, and we may bottom out. We've really fallen, and what I'm thinking that this may be setting up for a CPI move, because we know that the inflation is probably going to be coming down because of the Doge and the government efficiency. So if inflation comes down, the Fed are going to have to act. That will bring the dollar down. The yields will come down, and then we could probably be quite risk on. So this may be setting up for a big pump. Okay, so it looks like we're going to be making a risky buy, like the Dow Jones. Just be careful, and then we can do another update tomorrow and see where we stand. And there'll be pre-CPI jitters tomorrow, And of course, they've got the CPI Wednesday, PPI on Thursday. Okay.